Hello, my name is Ty. I am your homicidal chauffeur, and welcome to Sigma Theory, which, as far as I know, is a strategy game based around espionage in kind of a cyberpunk future. So I don't really know too much else. I've been looking forward to this one for a while, and it's included in the Humble Bundle this month, July. So hopefully you'll go pick it up. Okay, first thing off is we have different modes that we can choose from. First is Classic mode, which seems to be much more of a roguelike where things are randomized. And then we have Story mode, which is more of a narrative. And we also have Custom mode and Daily Challenge. As this is my first playthrough, I think I'm going to go ahead and pick Story mode. Alright, so for this mode, the only option that we have is the USA. I'm fine with that. I'm going to pick a woman, Tracy Thompson. Oh, I get to choose my spouse as well. They can't be American. We'll make it a man. Let's go France, actually. Oh, we don't have any profiles under France. How about Japan? Satoshi Takahashi seems reasonable. The USA will find it easier to persuade scientists to work for them. Recruitment Base. After the revelation of the existence of Sigma Theory, the United States called upon my skills to lead a covert organization that would combine scientific research, intelligence, and international diplomacy to defend our nation's interest. My first task is to recruit 4 agents from a pool of elite operatives. I need a team of professionals with complementary skills, allowing me to act with force or subtlety as necessary. Here's a list of available agents. Let's study their skills and choose the best. Some of the agents don't normally work with governments, even if the offer is good. Before recruiting the next agent, I should read their profile carefully and understand their motivations. Quite a list of operatives here to begin with. 12, and we can pick 4. So I'm just gonna say Agent Infinity is a seducer, is loyal, and stubborn. And I guess we have brains and brawn. He is a 6 at both. Aphrodite of South Korea is a 5 and a 4. A seducer, high profile, and a master of disguise. Maestro is an 8 brawn, elite, firearms expert, seducer, wheelman, intricate web weaver. Basically your James Bond, works for MI6. Okay, Shiva has great brawn, but he seems a little bit unpredictable. Let's mix it up though. I am gonna pick Shiva. We'll see what happens. We still have questions apparently. He wants to know why he should work for me. I know that Sigma is of interest to the criminal community. Looks like I'm not going to get Shiva after all. Let's try Maestro. Give me one good reason why I should work with you. I'm going to tell him he'll be able to escape his destiny, even though I'm not really sure what that means. I don't get what he's all about. No, you're right. I don't get what this game is about right now. Okay, I want to try Caliph. You need protection and somewhere to deploy your tactical talents. I can give you that. Nope. He's not interested. We have Ketch here from Korea, who is an 8 brawn, a pacifist, honest, and a black belt. Let's look what's going on with his profile here. He's a triple champion in a violent Korean sport, a gentle giant, a fervent Catholic, and an animal lover. So let's see if we can appeal to his sense of right and wrong. We're going to be doing the right thing. There are many bad things in the world. I need your muscle to make it better. He's impressed. Okay, that's what we're talking about. We need to really pay attention to the profile. I'm going to try Slavic as well. Probably born in Moscow and a dropout. Self-taught computer expert. carries out highly illegal operations from abandoned industrial sites around the world dedicated to hacking, theft, attacks, and scams. Do me one little favor and I'll cancel all the arrest warrants out for you. Congratulations, you've just recruited the best agent there is. I don't know if I have that power, but I guess we'll find out. Or he'll go rogue. Either way, it'll be fun. Okay, let's try Espoir. Well-read and athletic, British in origin, Cassandra is brilliantly practical philosopher who believes in goodness. She specialized as an international lawyer in most hopeless cases, successfully acquitting the bloodiest dictators and the most violent warmongers. It was also she who submitted the evidence to charge them in the first place. It is the forgiveness of society that mends the harm caused. In her tireless pursuit of punishment and forgiveness for human evil, she has surveyed many a dangerous terrain and developed unique coping skills. I need someone to make difficult decisions that I'll be judged for. Nope, I don't get her. I failed to request too many agents. So basically the game's going to take pity on me and give me a couple anyway. This map gives me a real-time worldview of the global situation and our operations. This is my employer. This number represents my employer's confidence up here at the top in my performance. If I disappoint, well, in this line of work, being fired is rather unpleasant. Other countries also have a confidence level with the nation that employs me. If this figure drops, operations and negotiations will become more complicated. This is the doomsday clock. 15 minutes to midnight. The greater the risk of humanity's destruction, the closer it is to midnight. I must do everything in my power to prevent it from striking. Otherwise, there will be no one left to hear it. This button leads to the science division. There, I can assign my scientists projects and see their progress. This button leads to the table that shows relations with all major actors on the world stage. Diplomats, terrorists, influential groups. Our relations and any missions they assign will be shown here. This shows me the number of technologies I have discovered. When it reaches 15, we'll be very close to our objective. My goal is to discover and secure Sigma technologies before other nations. To do this, I need scientists. They are currently overseas. The first thing I need to do is send my agents on a mission. Move agents by dragging their icons over a country. Okay, so we've ended up with, I forget their code names here, but this is the big strong Korean gentleman. And we can send him on a flight, I guess to Korea maybe, I don't know, sure. And this is the Russian. I know that he has a lot of warrants, so I don't necessarily want to send him to Russia. So click on him. It shows me his available missions and where he's at, his skills and warrants. So let's try to send him to Turkey, sounds good. Should we abandon our firearm or attempt to infiltrate? We can put the gun down for now. I think he's more of a hacker. Espoir, currently in the US. She has a knife, but is a pacifist. Can go pretty much anywhere. Send her to France for now. And here's our Turkish gentleman, Caliph. Also has 0 warrants. I'm going to send him to India. And he is going to infiltrate. He has a pretty serious looking weapon there. See how that goes. And that's my turn for now. So I'm guessing we're going to send these guys. They're going to arrive. And then we pick certain missions. Of course, with different skills, they'll have a different chance to succeed. I don't know if there's a second layer like XCOM or something more complicated. And everybody is in position. Director, this is our progress with the active projects. Sure, that's all fine. And these guys are awaiting orders. Alright, so catch. We do have a scientist available, and I can use him to locate her. Locating scientists working for the enemy is our priority. Obviously, some agents are more capable than others. So So this uses intellect, or what I've been calling brains. He's not the best at that, only 3. He's more of a punchy in the face kind of guy. But sure, let's start there. Stealing and manipulating information is key to our operations. If the agent operates from our nation, they will benefit from the best computer tools, but are more likely to be detected. So in other words, I probably could have left the Russian in the US to hack, and that would have been acceptable. Developing a network of contacts in this country will accelerate our local operations. In an emergency, good geographical knowledge is also a major asset. And find a weapon. Due to airport security and their cover identities, our agents travel without a firearm, but nothing prevents them from finding a weapon on the local black market when they arrive. Looks like they all carry a knife, which is basic, but for stronger agents can be deadly. Let's try to locate the scientist. He's not really a hacker either. I don't think we'll need a weapon. And he already has recon in Korea, so we don't have to do that. So locate the scientist. He'll report back in 2 days. And then here with Slavic, let's try to hack and see what happens there. Terminal location. Hacking will allow our agent to steal or destroy scientific data belonging to an enemy nation. If the hacker is in your nation, they'll benefit from a full logistics infrastructure. If the hacker is located in the target nation, their geographic proximity will increase the chances of success. But in the event of failure, your agent may be physically traced and potentially captured. If the hacker is in a third country, the operation will be completely secret, but the remoteness and lack of special infrastructure will impact their effectiveness. So it looks like it's about 50-50 if we try it in Turkey. Let's go ahead. Now I have to pick something specific. Can we locate scientist? He's going to try back in 2 days. So it seems the ultimate goal is to get the Sigma technology by hook or by crook, and whoever is the first country to do it wins the game. And right now everybody is at 0 as it's only the second turn. And ending our turn will advance the calendar by 1 day. I'm guessing these are the different Sigma technologies, and because we already have 1 or 2 scientists, we're making small progress right now. To win, my country must be the first to discover the ultimate Sigma technology. Each technology changes the rules of our Cold War. Up to 2 scientists can be assigned to each branch. A scientist specializing in that branch will obviously advance much more quickly. If I research a technology that has already been discovered by another nation, I can reverse engineer it. By using reverse engineering, research progresses more quickly, but I won't benefit from the advantages linked to the technology that has already been discovered. So it's a way to catch up, but I'm not exactly sure how you do or don't benefit from the technologies. So right now we're researching finance at double speed, and stability in 9 or 27 turns. The stability project can predict financial markets with 100% accuracy. Theoretically, this could be the end of capitalism as we know it, for better or worse. And here we have neurosciences. We're working on mentalists, a form of mental conditioning that results in an immediate and substantial increase in intellectual power over an individual. Alright, so basically we've discovered some sort of science that will radically evolve our human species, and whichever country is the first to perfect it will dominate the next millennium. Alright, so here is an overview. I'm still not sure how my spouse is going to play into all this, but we have a list of agents and scientists. We have Professor Hamilton, who's in the field of neurosciences. He is loyal and chauvinistic. And Professor Bard, who is studying finance, is a geek, loyal, misogynistic, even though she's a woman, and chaste. And we also have diplomats. Quite a few diplomats. I guess this is one for every country in the game that we have relations with. No private groups that we know of yet, but then influential groups like the Catholic Church, Cardinal Andre, and David Gates, who has allegiance to the Ortega Circle, and then other armed groups. So I guess terrorist, we have the Caliphate of the Levant, so ISIS, and then the Anti-Capitalist Brigade, Serge Tarnac, the Savastino Cartel, some drug lords, and Lucky Lorenzo, and the Eye of the Dragon, Chan Ho, who I guess is kind of a triad as well. I'm not sure how that's different than, so maybe this influential group is more of a legit organization than a criminal gang, which is what these seem to be. So lots of players on the field, and I'm not sure how that's going to come into context later, but hopefully we'll find out soon. And I'm not sure what's going on with Satoshi either. Is he going to betray me? And we're unlocking new agents for future playthroughs and making a little bit more progress on the Sigma theory. Director, I was able to penetrate the research facility, and I think I collected all the information we need, but they spotted me. The alert level has increased in France by 10%. And Slavic has cracked the Turkish security system and got information available on their scientist. However, in Korea, the research facility was too well protected, but the alert level has still increased. And we've arrived in Mumbai as well with our firearm. Oh, here's Satoshi. He's come to congratulate me on my new position. So apparently he was also up for the position. I'm going to say your love and support will get me through. Alright, my romantic relationship has increased by 5%. Thank you. Uh-oh. The Council of States is an influential group that is very interested in my Sigma research in the neurosciences field. In time, we believe Sigma will give us the power to control people's minds and even entire countries. This power must not fall into the wrong hands. He wants to work with me. So I can't say no apparently. I can just say I hope our collaboration is fruitful. Alright, and Slavic has located a scientist, Artemis Hazar. My agent knows their position, but not much else. I could ask them to find out more about this scientist to discover their weakness. Knowing our target well means we can define the best angle of attack. This might be seduction, convincing them to switch to our side, or perhaps tapping into our budget for funds to bribe them, even though that wouldn't overly please my leadership. So we can take more time to identify or choose a strategy right now. Of course, I could also kidnap them, but I doubt they would do their best work. In any case, they're within our grasp. So we know she's a geek and we know she's chaste. So seducing is not really going to work. We don't want to abduct. That means bribe or convert. Nothing in her traits so far makes me think that she would be susceptible to a bribe. So we're going to be the winning team here. I think if you want to talk about your science and you're a geek, then you should join our team. It's going to take a couple days maybe. And here we have Anne Casanova. We can investigate her. She's a diplomat, not a scientist. I'm curious what that's going to do. We could find compromising information. Compromat, if you will. But in India, we have the weapon. Let's do some recon here first. Down here we have my agenda, which shows my diplomatic meetings with foreign counterparts. I need to schedule one as soon as possible to manage the situation. So I click on Korea and then click contact. We can request a meeting on the 9th. That's still a week away. Director, we have a problem. One of my assistants disappeared yesterday. I alerted security immediately, but found nothing. We don't think it was a kidnapping. We investigated the assistant. Their address was as fake as their identity. He was a spy. Interpol has no idea of the spy's true identity. In other words, this wasn't a spy working for a foreign power. Here's a picture of the spy. Codename will be Daedalus. They're somewhere out there, probably in a Sigma lab, trying to steal new technologies. Find them, exfiltrate them, interrogate them. Identify their employers. If even private entities are now standing against us, the situation is going to get very complicated. Indeed it is. So all scientists are listed here, not just the ones that are loyal to me. And Susan Harris, my top diplomat, has a contract. Find Agent Daedalus. It looks like maybe I can get contracts from other countries as well, which I guess might make sense. Okay, back on home turf, we have two drones. We have a surveillance drone. This is a defensive drone used to detect threats during an exfiltration and support your agents in their investigation. We have a combat drone that is offensive and can be used to launch airstrikes quickly and discreetly. Airstrikes, huh? Alright, let's take the combat drone. I'm going to send them... The Slavic is our tech, and he's in Turkey. Let's start there. I can send 1 or 2 drones to Paraguay to support China and thus improve my diplomatic ties with them. What's going on in Paraguay? Military operation underway. Now that we already have a drone in progress to Turkey. In Turkey we have scientist Orkut, who is without ties, so maybe easily converted. And we have trouble in France. Red alert. I thought I was hacking France, but it was a trap. They were hacking me. They had a description of all of our agents and issued an arrest warrant for them. My relations with France have deteriorated. Director, I need somewhere with no living things, around the size of a city, to continue my research. Can you find me somewhere for my experiments? Okay, but in an enemy country. It's going to use our military island near Japan. I've received the details of the experiment. I know it's going to damage our relations with Japan, but I'd like to thank you for assuming responsibility. 50% increase in research results, but my relation with Japan has deteriorated by 10%. So what happens if I get to 0 relations? So far it doesn't seem like I'm relying on other countries for my research. Surveillance drones are key to the success of exfiltrations, but they also facilitate and accelerate the work of agents by providing information on surveyed areas and security systems. Either way, I think maybe it's time we got out of France, so I'm going to move her to the UK. I'm going to move my drone down here to Paraguay and keep looking for targets in India. I want scientists, not this guy. Locate scientist. We've discovered scientist in India. For some reason our Korean is back in Washington. And we're going to try to exfiltrate this scientist that we got from Turkey. Click the scientist. And exfiltrate. Loading screen. What's going on? Alright, we have an actual tactical mission here, or some sort. The aim of the exfiltration is to support the agent in getting to a secure extraction point. The more discreet the agent and the less violence they use, the greater the chance of success. This is a level of alert of the authorities. The more discreet the agent, the less the authorities will pursue them. This is an agent's weapon. A well-armed agent can take on a greater number of enemies. A poorly armed agent can always try to flee and stay hidden. This shows if my drones can help the agent during the mission. A surveillance drone allows an agent to make the best decisions and perhaps avoid any armed forces in the area. A combat drone can eliminate these forces. but will cause numerous casualties. If I have a good relation with local armed groups, it would be shown here. In the case of armed conflict, this group can be involved to cover my agent. Start the exfiltration. Alright, what is going on here? The city is looking mighty fancy, I know that. We're down on the ground in a textile storage area. The police are looking for me. I could set a fire to create a diversion. Limit the damage. Get out quietly. This is the agent's health down here. If it reaches 0, they will be captured. If it falls to 0 during a gun battle, they will die. Good luck. Limit the damage. I can't get out quietly. They're on my tail, but I'm back en route. Move 200 meters. A police officer recognized my description, but I lured him into an alley. I'm going to take him out. Neutralize him and get out of there, or interrogate him about the security arrangements. No, just get out of there. I thought I knocked him out, but he woke up. A patrol is approaching my position. 300 meters. I'm in a cab going towards the extraction point. We're slowing down. There's a police checkpoint ahead. The cab driver doesn't want to change his route. He's worried we'll be noticed. We could bribe him or get out of the cab. Let's bribe him. He refused my bribe. I need to get out of the taxi now. 200 meters. I'm in the subway. There's guards moving through the train and they're checking passengers, looking for me. They're civilians. Neutralize them discreetly, non-lethally, or pull the passenger alarm and get off the train. Get off the train. I found a maintenance passage and I'm back in the street, proceeding with the mission as planned. 200 meters. A delivery truck is parked up next to me and the keys are in the ignition. This is a great opportunity to save some time. Yeah, take it. I'm ahead of schedule and I've dumped the truck on a quiet back street, 400 meters. Uh-oh. There's a guard of soldiers and a special agent on me. You could flee, neutralize, or eliminate, or surrender. Seems to be quite a few, I guess. I'm not sure, but let's try and flee. These are all dangerous. And exfiltration failed. Slavik was intercepted by the authorities and is currently being interrogated. We thwarted your operation and detained your agent. I'm sure your diplomatic service will want to make contact with us as soon as possible. Alright, so that didn't go great. He's in jail. We're down to 47% in Turkey. I'm not sure how this works, even though we had basically the same string of results. In France, our diplomatic relation is down to 22, and the alert is at 70. Where in Korea, even though the alert is at 80, our diplomatic relation is still at 63. I really want to see what's up with this meeting that we have with Korea. I think probably we need to set up a meeting with Turkey as well, see if we can get our agent back. That'll be in almost a week as well. With the disappearance of Slavik, we have lost contact with double agent Nuzit Gokdugan. we shouldn't expect any further intel from that source. Meanwhile, in the UK, we were able to infiltrate the research facility and gather actionable intel. And finally, we have a meeting with Kuyong Wang. A diplomatic meeting helps improve relations with the country, but also to obtain research results and even exchange scientists. It's a powerful tool which could help us win this war peacefully. This bar shows the level of trust. The higher the marker, the greater the chance of my request succeeding. To make the marker rise, I need to have good relations with the country, know my contact's weak points, and offer something of equal value in exchange for my request. These are the character traits of the diplomat. Using approaches that are compatible with these traits will greatly facilitate my negotiations. Director, my country's leaders send their regards. I have several options to choose from. My options range from, is everything going well in your department? And thank you for making time in your busy schedule for me, to, I'm sure you're aware that I won't let anything, including you, stand in my way. I'll say thank you for making time. What do I want? I don't know. Can we lower the alert level? What am I offering in exchange? Future considerations. And our alert level is down 30% to 50. Thank you so much. So here in the UK, I could investigate potential targets, and I have to choose between the diplomat or someone that I'm not quite aware of. And it seems to be a scientist, so let's see if we can identify. And that will take 2 more days. We've got several things on the Chinese diplomat, Qian. He is paranoid and ignorant, and a tax evader. My husband is back. He needs Caliph for the whole day tomorrow. Don't ask questions. Caliph is the one in India. He did just get in a little bit of trouble, but has identified several targets. Let's say that's fine. In return, I want you to use your relationships to support me with my superiors. Relationship with my leadership has improved by 5%, up to 45, but Caliph will be unavailable. I didn't know that my relationship with my employers went down. That's quite a shame. And we now have 2 agents that are unavailable, and still a couple days until my meeting with the Turks. And we've got good intel in the UK on a scientist. Ooh, and the World Bank, Meg Cashmore. The World Bank is an influential group that is very interested in my Sigma research in finance. The financial balance has never been quite so profitable for all, and we fear Sigma discoveries will destabilize it. You don't want to end capitalism, do you? We want to work with you. So Dennis Goodall is a man who is interested in women and robotics, is misandrist, very wary of men, corruptible, and a geek. So let's see if we can bribe him. Wait, because our operative is honest, is less than effective at bribery. Alright, that's fine though. Maybe we should have chosen seduction instead. It's very important in this game to look at all the information you have available about individuals and make the decision based on that. So it is a spy game, but not maybe the way you would think about it in get in, steal the documents, and get out, but much more about the relationships between your operatives and then the scientists and diplomats of the target country, which is interesting. And finally, some people are getting Sigma points. We are almost there at 92%, but we weren't able to recruit Professor Goodall. So China has completed the project codenamed Panacea, and we will do our best to reverse engineer. which should accelerate our research. But it is sensible to conclude that these discoveries will be used against us. They were able to synthesize a universal drug against cancer. Despite the global tension, our enemies have done a brilliant job of persuading many members of the scientific community to work for them. Understandable. And the UK has discovered lightning. Bio-augmentation gives its agents superior physical abilities. And we have a meeting with Ahmet Kursa. We have to strengthen our relationship. I could say, don't listen to the fake news, I'm on your side. This is my moment of need, can you help? He has enough dogs, thank you. Return our agent. And what will I offer in exchange? How about an economic advantage? We have failed to come to an agreement. My agent is still behind bars in Turkey. But I think that's a good place to leave off this episode. It's been an interesting game. I think there's a lot of good ideas going on here that I haven't quite seen before. I would certainly appreciate if the tactical parts of the game, the extraction missions, had a little bit more depth and tactical nuance. But it seems to be fun overall. Like I said, I got this on Humble Bundle, and it's been pretty good. So we'll see it at least once or twice maybe, I would assume. But for now, my name is Ty. I am your homicidal chauffeur. This has been Sigma Theory. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe, and have a good night. For the moment, we're in food danger, but that won't last too long. It's not going to go well for you, my friend. I'm sorry. Here's Maddox, and he puts that just inside the far post. Either that, or we'll set off some more aliens, but either way. We can. And that's job done.